Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm diving into a heated geopolitical issue that's brewing in the Indian Ocean. Grab your coffee and let's get into it. There's a Cobalt War erupting in the Indian Ocean region, and it's a big deal. India is challenging China-backed Sri Lanka for mining rights over some highly coveted cobalt reserves. The story starts with India's recent move to apply to the International Seabed Authority, based in Jamaica, to explore cobalt-rich ferromanganese crusts in the region. This application has already cost India a cool $500,000. So, why is India so interested in these cobalt reserves? Well, cobalt is a critical component in the production of batteries for electric vehicles and other electronics. As the world moves towards greener energy solutions, the demand for cobalt is skyrocketing. Cobalt is a chemical element with the symbol Co and atomic number 27. It is a hard, lustrous, silver-grey metal. Here are some key points about cobalt. Cobalt is similar to iron and nickel in terms of physical properties. It is hard and brittle with a high melting point. Uses: batteries. Cobalt is a critical component in lithium-ion batteries, which are used in electric vehicles, smartphones, and laptops. Alloy. Cobalt is used to make superalloys that can withstand high temperatures and are used in jet engines and gas turbines. Magnets. Cobalt is a component in the production of strong permanent magnets. Catalysts. It is used in chemical processes as a catalyst to speed up reactions. Sources. Cobalt is usually obtained as a byproduct of mining nickel and copper. Major producers include the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, Russia, and Australia. Biological role. Cobalt is essential in small amounts for human health, being a key component of vitamin B12. Economic and strategic importance. Due to its crucial role in battery technology and aerospace, cobalt is considered a strategic metal. Its supply chain is of significant interest geopolitically, especially because of its concentrated production in politically unstable regions like the DRC. Environmental and ethical concerns. Mining cobalt, especially in the DRC, has raised concerns about environmental damage and human rights abuses, including child labor. Cobalt's importance in modern technology, particularly in green energy solutions like electric vehicles, makes it a highly sought-after resource. Securing these resources could provide India with a significant economic and strategic advantage. But here's where it gets complicated. Sri Lanka has also staked a claim in these waters, seeking an extension of its continental shelf to include the Cobalt Mountain within its territorial waters. This move positions Sri Lanka directly in conflict with India's exploration plans. Now, you might be wondering, how does China fit into all of this? China's influence in Sri Lanka has been growing steadily, especially after acquiring the lease for the strategically located Hambantota port. You see, Sri Lanka handed over the port to Chinese companies after failing to repay its debts. This has given China a significant foothold in the Indian Ocean, right in India's backyard. India isn't too thrilled about this development, to say the least. The increased Chinese presence in the region is seen as a direct challenge to India's strategic interests. By pushing for cobalt exploration rights, India is not just looking for economic gains, but also aiming to counterbalance China's influence in the region. To pursue this goal, India has laid out an extensive program for the first 5 years. This includes conducting comprehensive geophysical, geological, biological, oceanographic, and environmental studies of the area. It's a massive undertaking, but one that India believes is crucial for its future. So, what happens next? The International Seabed Authority will have to consider both India's application and Sri Lanka's claims. This decision could set the stage for a significant geopolitical showdown in the Indian Ocean. A Cobalt War has erupted in the Indian Ocean region, IOR, with India challenging China-backed Sri Lanka for mining rights. Increased Chinese activity in the IOR has led India to seek exploration rights for cobalt reserves. India submitted its application to the International Seabed Authority, ISA, on January 18, 2024, to explore cobalt-rich ferromanganese crusts in the Afanasi-Nikitin seamount, located east of the Maldives, about 1,350 miles from the Indian coast. Cobalt is crucial for electric vehicle batteries, essential for India's 2070 net zero emissions goal. India's application covers 3,000 square kilometers in the central Indian Ocean, divided into 150 blocks, organized into 6 clusters. India has paid the ISA $500,000 to consider its application and has submitted a 5-year exploration program. However, the ISA found that the Afanasi-Nikitin seamount lies in an area claimed by another country, believed to be Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has sought to extend its continental shelf to include this area. India did not respond to the ISA in time for its 29th session, causing the ISA to put India's application on hold. Sri Lanka applied to extend its continental shelf beyond the usual 200 nautical miles, as allowed under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. In 2010, India did not object to Sri Lanka's claims, but in 2022, India opposed them, stating they would affect its rights over the continental shelf. Since January 1, 2024, Sri Lanka has imposed a moratorium on foreign research vessels in its waters. India is concerned about Chinese survey vessels collecting data in the IOR, which could aid Chinese submarines navigating the Malacca Strait and East IOR. China's influence in Sri Lanka increased after acquiring a lease for Hambantota port, which Sri Lanka handed over after failing to pay Chinese firms. In 2023, the Chinese survey vessel Shiyan 6 docked at Hambantota port for a 3-month mission. These surveys collect data useful for both civilian and military purposes, including naval reconnaissance and intelligence gathering. India's latest move puts it on a conflicting path with Sri Lanka, highlighting the geopolitical tensions in the IOR over valuable cobalt resources. As the world watches closely, this Cobalt War could have far-reaching implications. The Indian Ocean region, IOR, holds significant geopolitical importance due to its strategic location, abundant resources, and the critical sea lanes that traverse it. Here are the key aspects of its geopolitical importance. Strategic location. Major sea lanes. The IOR includes crucial maritime choke points such as the Strait of Hormuz, the Strait of Malacca, and the Bab el-Mandeb. These sea lanes are vital for global trade and energy transportation, connecting the Middle East, Africa, and Asia with Europe and the Americas. Regional connectivity. The IOR serves as a bridge between the Middle East, South Asia, Southeast Asia, and Africa, facilitating regional connectivity and economic integration. Economic significance. Trade routes. Approximately 80% of the world's maritime oil trade passes through the IOR, making it a lifeline for the global economy. It also supports significant volumes of other goods, from raw materials to finished products. Resource wealth. The region is rich in natural resources, including oil and gas reserves, minerals, and marine biodiversity. Countries in the region are keen to explore and exploit these resources to boost their economies. Military and security concerns. Naval presence. Major powers like the United States, China, India, and regional countries maintain a naval presence in the IOR to protect their interests, ensure the security of sea lanes, and counter piracy and terrorism. Geopolitical rivalries. The IOR is a theater of geopolitical competition, particularly between India and China. China's growing influence through initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, and its military presence, including bases in Djibouti and port investments, is seen as a challenge to India's traditional dominance in the region. Energy security, oil and gas. Transit. The IOR is a critical transit route for oil and gas shipments from the Middle East to global markets. Disruptions in this region can significantly impact global energy prices and supply security. Energy exploration. The discovery of offshore oil and gas fields in the IOR adds to its importance. Countries are investing in exploration and extraction to enhance their energy security and economic development. Environmental and human security, climate change, and natural disasters. The IOR is vulnerable to climate change impacts, such as rising sea levels, cyclones, and tsunamis. Collaborative efforts are essential to address these challenges and ensure human security. Fishing and marine resources. The IOR supports rich fishing grounds crucial for the livelihoods of millions. Sustainable management of marine resources is vital to prevent overfishing and ensure food security. Diplomatic and international relations. Multilateral engagements. The IOR is home to several regional and international organizations, such as the Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA, which promote cooperation on economic, security, and environmental issues. Bilateral relations. Countries in the region engage in bilateral agreements and partnerships to enhance trade, security cooperation, and cultural exchanges. China's influence and maritime strategy. String of pearls. China's strategy involves developing a network of commercial and military facilities along the IOR, often referred to as the String of Pearls. This includes ports in Pakistan, Gwadar, Sri Lanka, Hambantota, and Myanmar, Kyaukphyu. Belt and Road Initiative. Through the BRI, China invests in infrastructure projects in the IOR, strengthening its economic and strategic foothold, which raises concerns among other regional powers, particularly India. India's role and strategy. Maritime security. India views the IOR as its strategic backyard and aims to ensure the security of sea lanes, counter piracy, and respond to regional threats. Act East policy. India's Act East policy focuses on enhancing economic and strategic ties with Southeast Asian countries and beyond, leveraging its geographical position in the IOR. Naval expansion. India is expanding its naval capabilities, including building new ships and submarines, to project power and protect its interests in the IOR. In summary, the Indian Ocean region's geopolitical importance stems from its strategic location, economic significance, resource wealth, and the complex interplay of regional and global powers. Control and influence over this region are crucial for securing trade routes, energy supplies, and regional stability. It's not just about who gets to mine the cobalt. It's about power, influence, and the future of energy resources. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.